Today, I am excited to learn with you on Anubis. We are going to learn how to op like a professional player and just all around improve our gameplay. As always, hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends, and let's go ahead and watch this coaching session. I remember one time for my team, man, like I had a game where I think it was in CSGO. I had like 26 kills or whatever, and we were watching it back like as a team for the demo and trying to learn. And literally one of my teammates is like, dude, you miss 4 shots before you get a kill, because especially back in CSGO when there's 10 bull up. And like it wasn't even an insult. It's just like, dude, how are you like staying alive and just taking that shot on the same guy 5 times before you kill him?
Yeah.
So it's good to look at that. It's like don't feel pressure that you have to hit every single shot. Just make your life easy. Put yourself in position where you can actually escape. And it sounds really simple, but like when everything's happening, especially in a team environment, it can be brutal. It can be really hard to remember these basics. But all right, let's get into this demo. So first here, I want to see, in my opinion, I want to see a little more intention with how we're peeking. I don't want you, I usually, like if you're by yourself, I'd be like jiggle, right? But I don't want you to like block your teammates and do that. So when you're peeking some of these angles, what I do, especially on pistol round like this, when we're going in dry, is I'm throwing in some sort of crouch peek, or like I said, a jiggle, but honestly more like a crouch peek. And we're pre-aiming these positions, right? Crouch peek, come in here, right? And we're actually being a little more intentional with what we're doing, because maybe you've ran into it before, maybe you haven't, but a really big setup is somebody with dualies here, and then a USP like on pillar, right? Or a USP like here on this, right? Really dangerous kind of setup that I feel like when we're just walking in and doing this, we'd get mowed over by. Also,
yeah, I can see that.
Also team-wise, our spacing's a little bad, but obviously that's not on you. That's more of the team, so not the biggest concern for us today. Okay, sweet, we get the entry.
This coaching session is brought to you by Skins Monkey. They are the best CS2 trading site out there. Swap out the skins you do not like and upgrade them into higher quality new items. I have personally used Skins Monkey to build my inventory and love how many features the site has. The best thing is that you can gain your own crazy deposit bonus of 35% by using my code CoJoMore. They also have a freebie section where you can get free new skins by completing tasks, and you also get a $5 bonus by clicking my link in the description of the video.
Awesome, we hear guy heaven, or we should. Yeah, and I'm not disappointed with that. Like, you're taking your space, you're doing your thing. I don't think this is worth that worse death. This guy kind of just catches a good timing, so.
I mean, I was making noise, so.
Yeah, but I mean, as an entry, I mean, you got to, right? And you're hounding down this guy for sure. Like in hindsight, we could be like, oh, like, you know, we gotta be ready for a guy. But honestly, like him running through the smoke and doing that play to kill you is probably just gonna lead to him dying almost every single time, right? If your teammates are doing their job. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think maybe our spacing in the beginning, like when our teammates shooting, doing all this, maybe we could be on him a little more. I don't know. Like I think if we're gonna like nitpick things, that's what I would say. Just because he was kind of taking that opening 1v1.
I mean, we play that round pretty much. That's our standard.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Side Anubis, that slow. Then we put the one guy throws, I think, the smoke and the flashes. So
yeah, gotcha.
Spacing right, we should really. Yeah.
So 100%, man. If your teammate's fighting with a Glock against USP, like he won this fight this time, but you know, like this honestly is a USP favorable duel. Any of these right here, right? So making sure that when he takes contact, in my opinion, maybe you guys talked about something different, but in my opinion, he's taking contact, it's go time for us. Like we are sitting there, and if he's fighting, like we're gonna be right on his hip fighting with him.
Yeah. Also,
team wise, I don't mind it, but tell me the thought process between all of us having like Golil AK here.
I don't think we talked about it. I think we just kind of bought on our own terms for this round. So
yeah, because I just say that because especially if you're an awper, I get that we're on T side, so we don't necessarily need the op, but I just feel like we should at least have 1 or 2 guys with a Mac 10 just farming money, getting active, you know, really unleashing themselves for many reasons. I think that team wise, like 1 or 2, and maybe that could be you're the Mac 10 guy, farm your own ecos. Because also what I'm going to tell you too, as an awper, I don't know the situation with your team, but the best teams I've been part of have been like, look, Koja, you're the awper. we need you to get into the game. We need you to do your thing. You can get the Mac 10, do your thing, like run around, get ecos, feel good, flow, so that when you have the op, you already have a read on kind of how these players are going to play, their tendencies already. Crazy shot there, by the way. What the heck? Looking like Nico out there.
Discord, yeah. I felt pretty good after that.
Dude, I bet. Oh my, that's crazy. But yeah, like, so at least somebody needs to get a Mac 10, and ideally it would be you, so that you can feel the game and, you know, get active and stuff. But
I think I normally would as well. I don't know why I changed that this time, but
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no worries, no worries. So here, to me, this round's not optimal, and I don't know if this is a you issue or a team issue, and you kind of recognize it here. You're like, oh shoot, my boys are going in, but it's just like really not optimal to me that we have 3 guys with AKs, especially. Like I said, we all have AKs, so we're all like kind of having to keep our feet on the ground, run and do this. 3 of these guys coming in here execing B, and then we essentially, like, just because our spacing is kind of bad here, we have 2 lurkers essentially, which the round can go south so fast when we play players that are very talented, right? And they're doing stacks. Like, we get this kill, right? Say we get this opening, cool, everything's good, but maybe there's 4 more guys waiting on site here, just like, you know, ready to spring their trap when your team runs in. So
yeah, I think the call was a bit slow. We hadn't
yeah.
decided let's pop onto B off some contact or whatever.
So. And they just did it, and then you're like, oh shoot, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give steps to the guy.
Right. Yeah.
So then I was sort of slow to con, and
yeah, it's definitely more of a team issue then. It's not necessarily even a you issue, because of course, like, you're not going to throw your life away to make up for the lack of comms. So yep, totally understandable there, and some nice shots.
I'm trying to give away my AK there. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see what we got cooking here. So this though, why aren't we buying nades here?
That was, I think I did. I realized I should have bought something way too late. Panicked, bought that, and then
gotcha.
started running.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Was just low off the bat.
These are things that are like, we're outplaying ourselves essentially. Like, these are things that we got to get down right away. My only excuse for you would have been like, if you had a Mac 10, like say we had like 3 Mac 10s and this was a bonus round, but because we have 5 rifles, this is not a bonus round. Like, this is like a round we have to win, or bad economy, and like these 3 have a pretty weak economy at that point. So we need every single competitive edge that we possibly can going into the round. And maybe you've heard this before, maybe you haven't. For me, like, the priority util, smoke is the most important, number 1. Number 2 is molly, or, you know, maybe you could interchange these if you have a set idea. And then flashes, and then flashes are 3, and then HEs are 4, and maybe you can interchange these 2 if you have like a plan with it. But essentially that's what I'm buying every round, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Cool though.
I think I had flashes and HEs the wrong way around as well. Oh, that's a shit nade, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it went far enough, but it was a good idea. Yeah, we can look real quick. But yeah, I mean, so it just depends on the map too, because like, say you're a CT B player, or you're a CT sided B player on Inferno. Well, you could really argue that your HE is way more important than your flash, right? And I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Honestly, no, I think your nade is fine. They go to throw. I think it was good. But you know what I mean? So like, it can interchange. There is room to change it. I'd say on T side, almost always a flash is more important. Almost always. And especially as an awper, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's gonna be times where you just need to roll with double flashes. You don't even need an HE, because you need to set your teammates up to get space for you, or you need to drop your flashes so that, you know, they have extra ones to set you up, maybe get you posted on an angle or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, awesome. That's free info, and we're gonna learn from our opponents. Like, not that you do this, but again, never reload here. Even if you think you have this angle, never reload here, because exactly what you did, exactly this like little creep up play, I catch people out so often in pugs, but also league matches. Continue making that play, because it's so good. And again here, bro, like, look, if we had that util, look how easy our life would have been here. You peek out here, you don't see anything, maybe you keep jiggling and you can smoke off a rotate, or you know, if we have a molly, I can teach you the like craziest molly from dark in here that lands back here if you don't know it.
I don't know that. That would be really useful.
Dude, it's so good. Like, when you learn the molly that goes back sight from inside of dark here, or what do you guys call it? Connector? You call this connector?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And in NA we call it E-box. It's interesting. But
I think some people call it E-box.
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's bleeding over, but
interesting. Okay.
your side of the pond.
I guess so. But yeah, it's just really good util. Show you some good stuff. But yeah, like your life would have been so much easier here. Luckily, our teammate does like recognize like, I got util, I'm gonna throw it. So we're chilling. But yeah, we're chilling. See what we do here.
I remember thinking I could have used some util there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 4v1 doesn't really matter, and this guy should save. Honestly, looks like he's gonna try to go for it, but
he does. Yeah, I remember this. I remember someone saying, "Oh, he's going for this."
Yeah, which is bad decision from him, honestly. Yeah. I mean, here, bro. Here's the thing. You're not hardcore like fighting any angles, right? Like you're not about to like let go of shift and peek. So for me, when I'm holding shift, I'm always tracing the corner. So like right here, cool, you're clearing stuff, whatever. And I think you were gonna do it and you just got caught. Maybe people are talking, maybe you're just getting ahead of yourself. But the less we can get ahead of ourselves, the better. And maybe you were gonna wide swing, but I don't know. I think we were just gonna maybe keep shifting.
Yeah, I don't think I would have swung. That's a weird place to swing.
Yeah.
I think someone called he was around CT or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
So maybe, but no, I think I was just gonna keep shifting.
Yeah, and like in the demo, it's so obvious, right? To just like sit here and be like, oh, bro, don't look into the wall and do that. But like these are things if we can catch ourselves doing more and more and correct it in the moment, it helps us. When we're holding that shift button, almost always just tracing corners, just tracing everything. Now, when we let go of that shift and we're about to pre-aim something, of course, like, you know, it's time to put our crosshair in the wall and swing hard.
Yeah, that's big. I never thought of that at all, actually.
And I'll show you in the server.
Think of tracing corners as well sometimes, but never with shifts.
Yep. Yeah, because like when you're shifting, like, you know what I mean, like there's no velocity. You're so slow that like, you know, like say you were gonna swing this with shift, like you're walking through here, but by the time you're peeking out here, you're so unbelievably slow that if somebody was holding this, they're gonna kill you, right? So we might as well, when we're going so slow with that walk button, and I guess I say shift because I use walk. I always confuse people with this, by the way. So when I'm saying shifting, I do mean just walking, right? I don't mean like crouching.
Oh yeah, I use shift.
Okay,
as
sweet,
well,
sweet. Okay. But yeah, so like we might as well trace, because if we're peeking that angle like that, it's just so unbelievably slow that even if someone's there, it does nothing.
Yeah.
And unless they're like sleeping, we're not really gonna get a kill on them. Okay, cool. Our teammate takes E-box, so we're gonna post up here. One thing you always need to keep in mind too is like this is a huge like area that we could, you know, get killed from the side from. So you do good here to slide on the back wall. I'm not saying don't play here, but just keep in mind, right? Like if we're here, I'm constantly like glancing at the radar. Okay, where's my team? Okay, I don't have an A main teammate. I need to chill for a second because timing's open. Good, you recognize that. Also bomb, yeah. So definitely a few reasons for us to just dip. Cool, we're gonna molly mid. Awesome. Great pressure. Great pressure. Remember that radar? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. That'll happen. That'll happen sometimes. We'll get better and better and better at it. Cool.
I think I was hoping that with that util, someone might peek into my guy on mid.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Honestly, we saw that he was cooking in the molly, and honestly, some players will do that. So that's a great idea. Honestly, great idea.
It's nice to see that actually got damage because I didn't check the util damage after that round either.
Yep. And you know what, man? Maybe again, maybe for this, maybe you haven't. You know what? Like the best of the best players are doing. So for something like a nade, right? Like remember when we chucked this nade through the window?
Yeah.
We are every time looking at the util damage to be like, okay, I did 0 damage that round, and maybe it's like, okay, well maybe our timing is off, right? Or maybe he's literally just not doing that. Or of course, if we hit him for 50, we know that was a great nade. That was good. Same thing with like this util mid. Oh, did I take him? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so he is playing here, right? Screw the damage. Like I don't care about the damage. It's literally just about like mapping where our opponents are. Now we know on a map exactly where that guy was, and 20 seconds in the round or whatever. Because especially at a high level too, as you get better and better and better, like people honestly will give you these tendencies. Like you think like, oh, everyone's gonna be unpredictable, but people get really good at certain things and they just only like to do that, right? So it's a great skill to have as a player as you continue to grow and grow, mapping them out with that util.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. We're gonna plant. Go E-Bucks. Yeah, I think we know. This guy's somewhere on site. 1v1. Very stressful situation. So this is where you got to control it. We got to control the situation. This angle is fine because, again, I mean, he could one dig you, honestly, but like you're giving yourself freedom to shoot and fall, right? So again, these are the angles that I like because we can miss and we're still able to win the round.
No one called that he was low either. So
right.
Really, I thought, yeah, I've got to hit this shot.
Yep. Which honestly, like, to be 100% transparent with you, like, can be unbelievably stressful for you. Because, again, you're the operator. You've got one bullet. So you can win the round with the snap of the fingers, or you can just, like, look like a fool. So, again, it's better to look like a fool and have a wall in front of you than look like a fool and be out in the open.
4 people spectating.
Yeah, right, right.
Shoulders. Yeah.
And as you start to play in these bigger tournaments, man, 4 people on your team spectating and, you know, dozens, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of people watching you too. Yeah, again, and I'm just gonna say, like, the counter to your team, and we're very grateful that these guys weren't doing it. The counter to your team is not playing like this. Like, a guy that's coming up here and doing like little flash plays and like prodding out here. Sometimes like an awper will go for aggressive picks if they think the other team's not doing it. And it's not really even on you necessarily. It is like, we need a guy here, in my opinion. We need a guy like pressuring, doing this. Ideally, we have like A main lurk smokes coming in, that kind of stuff. Definitely as a team, something we can improve on.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the stuff that's been frustrating me. I feel like I should have hit at least one of those.
Yeah, let's see what's going wrong here. Cause
maybe I held a bit close to the wall.
Yeah, and I think there is maybe stuff going on, maybe comms or distraction with our teammates running in front of us.
He wasn't even shooting me. That, you know, I had time.
Right. Well, I think too, like, you know, and you can take this or leave this because it's just something that coaches have worked on me with. I don't mind you double scoping at the beginning, sure, but just remember, when you're double scoping, people are going to swing you so unbelievably fast because you're so zoomed in. And while I'm not saying it's necessarily bad to double scope here, I think what's bad is like when we're here, just like going back into the double scope. Honestly, man, in my opinion, like, this is me. Take that first shot, your double scope, cool. Pull out your knife, pull out your up real quick again. Get ready to single scope and peek with it. Like, get ready to peek with the single scope, and maybe I can show you exactly what I mean on the server. To me, that would have made things more comfortable. And of course, like, hindsight, we see we had much more time than we thought we did.
Yeah, maybe I'm overusing. I think I double scope quite often, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think I used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was it was something a coach had to work through with me, and like at first I didn't understand why, but it really does make your shots a lot easier when you're single scoped a lot more. Because think about it as well. Essentially, when you're on double scope and single scope, those are two different sensitivities in a way, because you're so zoomed in that it's going to change everything about the fight depending on which one you're doing. So when you are single scope more often, it's like you're using the same sensitivity, the same. So he was like, you know, and at first I pushed back on it a lot, but as I played more and more and more, I started to see value in it. It's like when you're single scoped and you can just like do that around the map. Oh, dude, you become so consistent with it. So don't let me scare you off of double scoping. Don't let me like tell you not to do it, especially on maps like Dust too. Of course, bro. Like the fights are so unbelievably long.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that though, because I think also it came a little bit with my drop in confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Just not trusting myself to hit the shots on the smaller targets, you know?
Right. Which makes total sense. It's just funny how like it can actually hurt us so bad though, because like I said, when we're zoomed in so close, now that peak, I don't know the exact science behind it, but now that peak, say, is like twice as fast because like we're scoped in even more, right? So like in theory, like, yes, like you're totally right. Like the target is much bigger when we're double scope, but man, it can,
not standing still.
Right, it can make the shot actually so hard. You know what double scoping is great for though? It's great when somebody's walking, right? Like when somebody is walking into the angle, bro, target is so big, there's no velocity behind their peak. But for angles like this where, you know, good players should swing. Nobody should walk peek this angle ever when they're fighting. Everyone should swing hard. It can be a nightmare to hold. All right, let's see what. And again, like I said, this is just, we're going to learn from the mistakes of our opponents too. And this is stuff that you guys should be collecting as data. Like, look how this A player is doing stuff. He's not peeking out here. That should be something we're thinking about. He's not really pressuring us any round so far in A main. It's really bad when people play like this, because when they take contact on you guys, it's right here and right here. Versus if they were playing back here, now they know you guys are rushing A or walking A from all the way either here, here. I mean, even Heaven's not the worst. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst. So that's what goes right here, is that they let you get so much breathing room and you just run this guy over. Boom. Nice.
Yeah, we didn't really abuse that lack of main control at all.
Yeah, definitely a macro mistake as a team, in my opinion. But I mean, you guys are rolling so far, so the concern though is because we only had one person alive, and even 2 on pistol. Like, as we can see, our eco just like sucks now. Like, our eco is so bad because of that.
It's so fragile.
Yep. Which honestly, like, you know, if we're trying to play perfect, it kind of is a mistake. Remember that round we hunted, right? It's like, you know, I'm never going to tell you not to hunt, especially like when you're playing pugs and stuff like that. But if we are in a team environment and we want to play properly, like that is hurting your team, honestly. Like that, I think it was this round, maybe. Yeah, it was the round of 3 alive. Nah, maybe it was this. No, he survived, maybe. I said maybe this one. I don't know. But it is going to hurt your team, honestly. Like, if I'm being 100% honest with you. If you are going to hunt, the best teams in the world will do it together, right? Like, we're all doing it in a way together, and one guy's staying on bomb or something.
Yeah, I think I can see that mistake. Yeah.
And like dude, like I tell you all these things from like me doing it as well. Like, so never feel bad about it, because these are just things that we're gonna improve on and work on. But yeah, for a pug, I'd be like, yeah, bro, like whatever, like freaking run around and do whatever. But for team environment, it will hurt your boys. Where was this guy? Yeah, I guess he dropped down. Yeah, he dropped down from here. Okay. 4v2, 3v2. Dang, yeah, he's yeah, we just, none of us were ready for him. I think we thought it was clear, and then
Yeah, I thought the guy who picked up the AWP was
right. Yeah.
I think I turned back to him, and yeah, just bad luck.
I just want to see if we win this. Yeah, just dance. No. You just gotta
it's
dance.
the nade that gets him as well.
Yeah, that's so funny. What the heck? In the moment, I'm sure it wasn't.
He's quite well humoured, so.
Okay.
Yeah, nice guy.
That's hilarious. Okay, sweet. So again, what do we recognize? We recognize that this play works, so I like that we're doing this. You can, Lyric, you can do better than this, bro. You don't have to take this nade, bro. Even if it only chips you a little bit. You see this nade coming, back up while you don't have to run, but like, you know, when we see it maybe here, right? You 100% know it's coming in here. And we just take it.
Yeah, slow reactions there.
We just take it. But you know, like that, and I bring that up because that is so important. On CT side, right? When we are on CT side, our goal with nades is not to do like 50 damage with nades, honestly. Our goal with like any nade we throw for doing it for damage is to hit the T side for 10 damage. Because with that 10 damage, now our M4s completely turn into AKs. We one-shot them in the head, right? We kill them in 3 or 4 bullets, depending on how much we chunked them for. So your job with a CTHE is 10 damage, 10 damage. Yeah, and that's just unlucky.
This round, I remember just going, how the fuck did I miss that? I swear.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, just slightly off, I guess. Frustrating.
Yeah. That is frustrating. Like in hindsight, the only thing I'd be like, oh, maybe if we crouched, obviously like that little bit of improved accuracy, but I don't know. It's just, it's like that. That is really frustrating. And you know, that brings me into something that's like a huge thing you're gonna have to battle with, in especially Team CS. When you're playing for a lot of stakes, maybe money, maybe qualifier to go somewhere, do something. Man, that's so important when something unfortunate like that happens. And maybe, you know, we ended up winning that round, so it's not that big of a deal, but maybe it lost us the entire round. It's unbelievably important that you can play each round at a time. We're not thinking about the mistake that we did last round in a negative way. We're not sitting there angry. We're not, maybe a teammate messed up, right? And we're not like letting that get into our head. Because when that happens, it's taking away from the focus of the game. one round at a time. Every single moment, one round at a time. Doesn't matter what happened before. It could be good. Say we got an ace, right? We aced them, sprayed down 5 dudes. Doesn't matter. This round is a brand new moment, a brand new opportunity for us to, you know, play the game once again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's just like that's sports, man. That's not just CS. That's everything. Awesome. You know what info we're seeing there too? What you're commenting to your teammates?
You guys?
Yes, sir. At least 2B. At least that type of info is huge for us. 1 dead mid. So again, because we called 2B, our teammate just killed this guy wherever. Like, we know maximum there is 2A. I'm not saying that we're telling this guy to go out, but these are just the type of like calculations we're doing so that, you know, say you were lurking here. Say you were the lurk. You're walking. Your teammate gets a kill mid. We spot 2B. There's, you know, maybe there's 2 guys on A. There's Rabzi and Kitsune. Say they're right here.
Yeah.
It frees them up to now look and search for kills. Now in this moment, obviously there is 2 guys A, so it'd be a little more even of a fight. But that's just the type of like, you know, equations, like stuff we're relaying to our teammates so that it gives them the green light to do stuff. In a perfect world, they make that recognition on their own and they make that risk. But I understand it's not always like that. Especially if the IGL has other plans in the round. So it's more good for pugs too to get level 10 and go further. Is like, you know, cool, you're the guy doing it this time, but like say you're reading the radar. You're sitting here in mid. Your teammate lurking B is like, oh dude, I see 2 of them B, right? And then your teammate on A is like, oh dude, there's 2 guys running through A. Well, maybe now we're at a disadvantage and I need to do something. I know at worst I'm taking a 1v1 in mid here. At worst, right? This is how we find the timings. This is how we activate ourselves into a productive way to actually get that info. Without guessing. Like, we're guessing, but not really. It's like an educated guess. Okay, cool. We know about these guys. Yeah, we just played way too close to the angle, yeah.
I think when I saw that boost, I thought, right, we definitely have to start thinking about heading towards A. And then we had the guy up through con.
Yeah.
That's why I turned around. Kits has got A.
Right,
but,
yeah.
But by the point I realized that we were then going A, I was already on site. And I think afterwards I got told off for hunting.
Ah, gotcha.
No, I didn't think I was hunting, you know? I thought I was, like, Regal's backside.
Right.
And I'm already here when he dies, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but the team, it just comes down to, like, everyone's on a different page. Like, literally, everyone's on a different page. Like, you're coming here and you're like, oh, like, you know, I need to trade this guy. I need to do my thing. But he's already dead at this point. So you're doing this. Your teammate's all the way in spawn. He's like, yeah, it's just an example of everyone's on a different page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fight anyway.
Well, this is something I'm noticing. If you want to improve as a player, honestly, this is a big weakness I'm noticing with you right now. And you know, and like I said, in a demo, it's really easy because we can just pause it at any moment. But sometimes you're not understanding. Like, look, you get that, you hear this guy running, like, you know he's running, and that level 10 play, like the insane player, is not going to look through the wall like this. When they hear that, they're instantly going to boom, snap to where the danger is. The danger is where he's eventually going to peak, right?
Yeah.
So I think if we can actively start thinking about this a little more, it really is going to help you, because when you are thinking about it, you're fine. Like, you're pre-aiming, your stuff looks fine. But when we like get caught out in the moment, like even here, like we just can't, right? Same thing. And it's going to be so easy for you once you start to remind yourself, like, I'm not swinging, I'm just shifting. So why do we need our crosshair here? Just put it there, keep shifting. If we're going to swing, of course, like I said, do that.
Yeah, I see the problem. I never noticed that before either, that was happening to me, so.
And it goes from like, oh, like that's unlucky, to like, oh dude, like I can do like so much better with that fight. Like that's totally on me right there. And you know, if you get laser beam because he swings you and you whiff, or you know, he runs past your crosshair or whatever, you know, that's a different story. But at least let's give ourselves a chance to kill the guy. And do you see why this B main smoke is so awful?
So I can see over the top?
Because, okay, and maybe you made this mistake before, maybe not. Don't ever instantly smoke it as a CT, because it allows the T's to just cross here. And so one way to abuse this, and like I still can't believe when I see it in pugs at like high level 10 and stuff, is like, dude, if they're ever instantly smoking this, as an awper, I tell my teammate to get on this hump right away. And I'm like, okay, I'm boosting over. and I'll just sit here and wait, and you get so many free kills by doing this. Like you get so many kills. So not to mention sometimes I tell a teammate to blow it open while I'm scoped in. Boom. You just give the T's way too much opportunity with that. Also, think about it. You know, a good CT side, by the way, isn't just gonna defend B site from this. I guess sometimes, yeah, from like this box. A good CT side, what they're doing is they're pressuring B main. The second we're telling the T's like, look, this is your territory. This we're losing, man. Like it's just so bad. The T's should feel danger even when they're here, because they don't know if we're gonna flash peek. They don't know if two people are gonna swing. So just all around, that smoke is awful.
That's why I play up a bit against that wall on the way in sometimes. I'm trying to play a bit of anti-flash in it, but they never seem to actually make me use it. So
yeah, these guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, are playing Anubis completely wrong with their B players playing like this, and then their A player like defaulting to like playing on this wall, and like he's scared right now. Like he's playing way too scared. And again, these are the things we gotta recognize. And who's the IGL for your team? Rabsy?
Rabsy, and sometimes Rohan makes calls, but yeah, Rabsy's
gotcha.
like the captain.
So yeah, like, I mean, and so maybe you're not the IGL, but these are things that you can help point out with your team, is we're identifying like what is the weakness, what is going on, because it's a glaring issue that we're not like at least prodding this a little more. Especially you, if you do have the op and you are opping, like, you know, if we're noticing this, get the op searching in here, get the op searching, walk in with two other teammates next to you, right up on you, and get posted and see what we can find.
Yeah, we didn't even notice that they weren't taking it. Like, if you'd asked me after the game, I would not have told you that we could have taken main.
Yeah, and it's good. These are things we also learned from the demo, and now in the future, like, these are things we're trying to identify for your own demo watching when you're with your teammates. It's really good stuff. Cool, good. Like, your aim is so good. Oops, I tapped that on accident. Your aim is so good when you're sitting there and you're just like ready to take the fight. So that's why it's encouraging to watch when you're dying with your crosshair just like literally nowhere, because if we can get your crosshair where it needs to be, your aim and your understanding of the angles is already very good with that.
So when I'm actually getting a chance to aim at them and I'm not just staring at a wall,
yeah,
it seems okay then.
Yes, for sure. Like you seem very fast when you're ready for that, and it's very good. Very good.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Yes, sir. This molly, by the way, is unnecessary. This util, unnecessary. But, and you know why I say that? Well, I'm glad you're... Yes, exactly. Yep. So it's starting to get towards the end of the half, but our economy just like literally sucks so bad. This is something that in a pug, I don't care. Like, I'm throwing util, I'm just running around like doing stuff. In league match and team environment, I'm sitting there and like every single smoke, flash, especially like a molly, it's a CT incendiary, so I don't mind too much that you use it because it sucks. But yeah, just like thinking about that util in that way is like, look, there's one guy left. There's literally one guy. Do I want to waste $800 a util, $900 a util, or do I just want to keep building my economy so that, you know, we're chilling?
Yeah, I see that.
To your credit, you know, some of our teammates do have good money, so it's not the end of the world. These are just like the little fine micro details that I'm sometimes trying to think about in the moment. And it,
I remember that as well.
Yeah,
I missed that. My economy understanding, I think, is lacking.
Gotcha. Sweet, we get the pick there. Oh, here, this is what the CT should have been doing from the first round, by the way, like the first gun round, honestly, like. Which we'll get into some CT theory once we watch your CT side, but yeah. Also, be so careful. Be so careful. Like, if we think we're covered, but we're just completely not.
Yeah, and you'll never guess how I die.
Yeah. Okay. So, yep.
I really didn't expect that in the moment. I thought there's no way they peek con again after I've shown the AWP.
Right.
Watching it. They know I've watched it before.
Yeah.
Rabsy was peeking it with the AWP.
That's true.
And there he was.
That is true. I mean, and to your, like, I do agree actually, like, to a certain extent, is like, yeah, that is stupid, honestly. The sad thing is, like, dude, in these games, like, anything goes, man. Anything goes.
I mean, it was a good decision in the end, right?
I guess, yeah. Okay. So strategically on Anubis, I'm going to give you advice. You can use this maybe in team environment, at least in pugs when you're queued with people and stuff. Once a game, I am boosting over the smoke. And if I have a 3Q going on, I will have somebody boost me up with the op while a rifler walks through mid. If I don't see anything, like if there's nobody fighting mid, this rifler walks through the smoke. And in the CT's mind, they're like, oh, no way someone walks through my smoke, right? And you'll catch good players like shuffling nades over here. You'll catch good players like planning their next part of the round. Or you'll catch bad players just like peeking. Like bad players will throw the smoke and just swing here, and then you're up here with an op and you'll get the freest kill of your life. Once a game, I'm doing that at least, especially in pugs. And then once a game, I'm boosting over this B smoke if I can, especially if it's a bad one. This one's decent. So those are ideas that I do with the op. Okay, cool. Going Rambo mode. Yeah. We honestly should have had that guy.
Yeah, we both whiffed, I think.
Yeah, for sure. One idea too is if you have the spawn on the right side, like the best spawn over here, we run and do a reverse E-box pick, I call it, where we're running to rugs. We jump around here and then post on E-box like this. And make sure when you do this, we call for a teammate to hold a main from rugs and come down here and swing aggressively so that nobody can kill us while we're doing it. The idea is that we're peeking from this side because when there's an awper that's posted in E-box, what's he going to do? He's going to post like this, right? And so just with the way the game works, if we inch ourselves along this side, and this is where I do want you to double scope so that you can see his like fingers or whatever, we can actually pick his fingers off from like here most of the time.
It's closer to the angle.
Yep, exactly. And like I said, everyone's going to hold this side. And especially if they're not smoking stairs, that's when it's the best because he thinks he has the line. He's like, oh, okay, guys, I'm posted on stairs. So easy. So just some opping ideas on T side that I tend to do.
I like that actually.
Reverse D-box pick. In competitive play, like even when we're playing the best teams here in NA, like Complexity, M80, Liquid scrimming them when they're here, like dude, you actually find a lot of success with that pick even against good players. Here, do you notice a mistake we're doing? It's a lot simpler than you think too.
Am I just too repetitive?
No, so it actually is so much even simpler than that. It's last round the half, brother. Get yourself a Tech 9. Get yourself like something. And then also as a team, this is what you need to remind your boys. It's the last round of the half, right? So we need to buy our util, right? So you buy a smoke, molly, flash, nade. We need to drop another flash. And maybe you did. Maybe, let me rewind. I'm not sure though.
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, like especially because this like Rabbi doesn't have much, right? So it's last round of the half. I'm instantly buying everything I can. Tech 9, dropping a flash for him, doing my thing. If everyone has util, cool. I'm still dropping a flash on the ground so that we can pick it up later. Or an HE, whatever it is. Because you could, it's called filling your nades. Drop a flash and then buy more from the buy menu.
Yeah, I never thought of that. I'm still playing with the undroppable nades from CSGO.
Yeah. That'll help you and your team more than you think. Also, this is huge risk, by the way. Even with a teammate here, again, this is where I don't want you to double scope because we limit our field of view. If you're single scoped here, you can at least out of the corner of your eye see like if someone's speaking. I don't know how we actually survived this because this guy was kind of like in the smoke at one point. But just be so careful, even if you have teammates here.
Yeah, I don't give enough care to window.
Especially because people look for timings. We do have teammates here, so it's fine now at this point. But yeah, definitely could be a danger area. Yeah. See how fast that is? Like, bro, I don't blame you for not hitting that either, because like it's just so fast.
I think he does it again as well. Oh, maybe not.
But yeah, it's a shame, right? Because like that was the exact look you were trying to get. And because we're double scoped and we're holding such a tight, it's impossible, man. Like I mean, unless you're like on freaking Adderall, 500 milligrams of caffeine and cocaine, like I don't know who's hitting that shot, man. There you go. I mean, double scope in the end, but we find the look we're searching for. Yeah.
I think I went first
Uh-huh.
on purpose because it would be easier for him to trade me than for me to trade him.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether that was the right choice or not.
I don't think it's bad. Like, I think like especially if you're feeling it too, like yeah, man, like go in, do your thing. Obviously I think it's fine the other way around too. You both are on 100 health. I mean, I don't think it matters that much in this specific scenario. But what I am going to say is that you are doing this completely backwards. You have the op and you're up here peeking like up on the rifle angles, and he's coming back here playing like the Overwatch kind of positions and peeking back here. I think it's completely backwards. I think you'd find so much more value back here and he'd find so much more value up here.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And either of you could make it work. Like it's not like you couldn't frag out from down there and he couldn't frag out from up there. It's just obviously like with our guns and stuff, it makes so much more sense the other way.
I would have spotted that close guy as well from up there.
Oh yeah, 100%. It would have been the easiest kill because you'd see him like you'd see his arms and stuff before he even sees you. All right, what is this pistol? 4 mid. You guys are crazy. But I guess it allows you to rotate to whatever site.
That was the point. Yeah, someone called it.
I guess that makes sense.
And then I think we got heard or something because they ran fast.
Yeah, okay. But again, we're just there to rotate, so we kind of get balled up in what do you call that? Temple, unfortunately. But Rohan goes huge and kind of just spectate. We take it.
Yeah, I didn't get much impact there, really.
Well, hey, it's fine because also we didn't take a ticket damage, so now we can get that helmet for 350. We can start, looking. Honestly, because they got bombed down, I'd probably be trying to get more of a rifle. Oh god, okay. If you want to relay this to Regal, like, dude, this is like one of my pet peeves. This is one of my pet peeves. This is me coaching him at this point. My philosophy is I will never, ever, ever buy a scout when we've won the round, right? Because like, look at what they have. They have armor, they have Mac 10 Scolios, and we have a scout. The scout can be incredible. We can hit headshots, we can do all these things, but I don't think when we win a round, it's ever valuable to buy a scout.
Yeah, I remember I like looking at him at the beginning of the round and thinking, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but he's like higher ranked than me and has been for years, so I just I don't want to criticize something that's actually correct,
Yeah, no, like I totally feel you, but I will say from an objective third party outside source, like definitely one of my pet peeves. Also, let's see, you might be breaking one of my pet peeves too. Let's see. Can you guess what it might be? Well, okay, there's actually 2 things going on here.
Maybe peeking mid when we expect a rush or something.
Again, these are even simpler, and it should be really encouraging because we can fix this, bro.
Is it my money?
Well, you guys just won the round, so they are either going to be full saving or they got bombed down, so they're going to have Mac 10s, Golios, as we can see. Maybe someone's going to buy an AK and drop it, but it's going to be bad guns. You know what I mean?
No helmet.
And we have no helmet. This is the worst case scenario. They run us down and a Glock gets close and just one taps us, like gets up in our face. We're dead, right? Whenever we win the round, I know it sucks, but we got to get that head armor, at least in team play. Like I said, in pogs, if you want to run around, do your thing, but in team play, we got to get that head armor first. Can't be squishy like that.
Yeah, 4 people with helmets and I didn't get one.
Right, all 5 of us need it, and especially, dude, with these Mac 10s. Oh no, like if a Mac 10 gets right up in your face, you're dead in one shot. By the way, like it's crazy. And then yeah, also nades. Like I said, you at least need a smoke if you can buy it. Like at least, in my opinion, because we're playing a team game, right? Like that smoke is so valuable to our teammates. In mid, maybe you need to rotate back around to B and help them re-smoke B or something, or E-box, right? Like even if you don't have a set plan with that smoke, it's so valuable to relieve the pressure and relieve the stress that your teammates are facing. Let alone you, like if you're facing pressure, of course.
I think probably if I had one, I would have thrown it down on mid at the start.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I do think that's fine. A lot of times on eco, people will refrain from necessarily smoking mid just because like they have the rifles, they have this kind of stuff, so they dominate here a little bit. I think it's fine though, because sometimes players will swing with a deagle and you don't want to obviously give them like a free chance to jiggle here and peek you. So yeah, like that's completely fine. You see how bad the scout is here though? Like again, sorry, I know I'm not coaching Regal, but it just limits us so much, especially like, dude, like it's a retake now and now we gotta go into the scout. and he gets a kill. Like I said, people are insane. Regal, I'm sure, is insane with the scout. Insane.
I mean, I've never seen him play with it before, but yeah, it was a good trade.
Yeah, but you see what happens to us here?
The head armor.
100%, bro. We just instantly die. That's so sad.
When you said it, I was thinking, I hope this isn't the round where I peaked off.
Yeah. Yep. Ah, dude, that's brutal. Like, and you know, this is why I hope it's good to learn from this, because think about how like foolish it is. Like, really, you invest that $3,100 M4, right?
Yeah.
I believe. I think it's 31. We spend
2,900.
Okay,
yeah.
20. My bad. Yes. Okay. You can tell I've been gone on vacation for a while. 2,900,
Hey,
right?
I hope it was good though.
Oh, dude, it is
Yeah,
incredible.
2,900.
We're spending 2,900, and we can't spend that 350 to make our life so much easier, right? So dude, like easy, like these are easy mistakes that if we just like from spawn think about it, we're chilling. It's so great because these are things you can improve on without even being like, oh, I need to change my aim, I need to change like all this, right? Unfortunate, Nade. Unfortunate. But yeah. So definitely a priority. Okay, cool. Get that AK. Dip. Sweet.
I feel like if we peaked a bit earlier, I would have just been
Yeah, you're
staring at a wall.
Yep. And that's you're opening yourself up to these timings. And what, you know, it's tough because like sometimes you do need to play anti-flash, and you are kind of just playing a game at that point of like who catches the better timing. This is gonna come down to the reads too. Maybe you're playing a team that is on a timing, and this is what a lot of good teams fall into the trap of doing, is they have incredible mid nades, like with Molly and Flash and all these things, but it becomes predictable. So then maybe you can make an even better play. You're like, okay, 3 rounds in a row, they've thrown a Molly, a smoke, and then a second and a half after that, util comes in, then they flash, right? So then as a good player, you read that and be like, oh, I can sit on the edge of the Molly here, and when that timing comes, I know they're going to flash, and you actually use that flash as your flash, right? So that's things you can think of. We catch a good timing here, so I guess it works out for us, but yeah, like, I mean, it's a guessing game at the end of the day, because playing anti-flash is fine. We can see just it could go wrong, obviously, which it's good you identify that. It's all about the reads and the games you're playing. Again, yeah, you gotta get at least some util framework boys. Be like, hey, can you guys drop me a flash? Can you guys drop me this? Especially if you're solo mid. Like this is crazy, by the way. We're solo mid and have no util. Oh yeah, shoot, get out.
This is awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot about the wall.
Yeah. Well, from the beginning too. What are we doing here? We're coming through here, and we're okay. Yeah. I think it's just I just don't think it's optimal. We come through here. You know what you honestly are gonna die to in the future? We have no info, right? When we're sitting here. We don't know, because the like radius for where we can hear, maybe our teammates can comment, but where we can hear, if they're running right here, we're not going to hear it. We're going to hear them maybe right here. I think we'll hear them. Anyways, besides the point, a very common pistol strat when we're on eco is to buy HEs and to triple or quad nade house with an HE, right? I don't know if you've seen that.
That's why I sort of stood back a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha. I was sort of waiting because I thought they might be on a low buy. They might heavily nade it if they're going to run it down.
Let's see. Okay, I see. So we stand back here a little bit. I get you. Get what you mean. Yeah.
And then I peek into that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. In the future, we know now, like, this is, again, just like the things you're going to keep developing and getting better and better. Because, yeah, like, eventually we should be able to get to the point where we can just hold our S button and not bump into anything, right? In a perfect world. Boom. Like, little micro thing you can learn from there is you got to watch out for that. And it's so stressful, right? Like, again, in the demo, easy. Yeah. In the moment when there's 5 people running us down in an important match, like, oh my god, bro, it's so stressful.
In that moment, that was where I knew it was over, I think. When I just stopped moving.
You're like, oh, what's going on here?
Okay. Here it comes.
This is honestly, like, more of what and again, like, why, like, dude, like, you're the solo mid player again. Like, this is where this skill is so important, and you seem like a very nice guy, and maybe this is something you're lacking in your CS game, is, dude, you're solo mid, you gotta demand util from people. If there's 3 guys on B, this is where it's like, you know, your teammates are calling what they're doing, all this stuff. You need to be like, oh dude, Kitsune, I need this, or Rohan, like I need a molly, I need a smoke. Like your teammates want to help you too, or I hope so. You know, and every team I've been part of, like it's a collaborative effort. Everyone wants to help each other, right? So if you're solo mid, if you're gonna go play mid, ask for whatever util you need. You need to demand things from your boys.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Because like that's what.
Especially there was definitely the economy in that last round as well.
Right. Yep. Yep. I mean, because it's just an important skill to have. Because dude, in pugs, like, I mean, for me, like, I'm getting close to the top of the elo again for like NA. So a lot of the pugs I'm in, like, I am the top elo for my team, all this stuff. And in a good way, I'm demanding things from people because one, it also it helps them understand what I'm doing. It helps them understand like what's expected. It gives them a job. If it's like, oh, dude, we're getting in the round. My homie needs my smoke. Here, take this. You need a flash. Like, and then I'm going mid and I'm like, hey, can somebody throw this flash for me? Can somebody do this? It gives the entire team like an idea, especially you as an awper. You're not the IGL, but in my opinion, what should happen is the awper should have ideas and like, hey guys, I want to be here this round. I want to do this. And then your homie should be doing everything they can to set you up to get yourself picks. Yeah, again, I think the double scoping's kind of messing with us.
Yeah, I just noticed that as you.
Yeah,
I think I don't call enough, considering the impact
Yeah.
that the AWP has,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the one with it. I definitely don't have a loud enough voice.
100%. You got to. Yep, you got to 100%. So if you can even start doing that a little more, man, it's gonna. And again, this whole thing with like hitting shots and feeling confident. You know how much easier it is to hit shots and feel confident when you know what play you want to make, right? And I'm not saying your IGL shouldn't, because like your IGL should suggest things to you and give you ideas and, you know, try to put you in places. But it's like, oh dude, I have the E-box spawn here, the connector spawn, and I know they don't have an op. Dude, I am running and taking that pick. I'm jumping through here and taking that pick because I want to do that. So my chances of getting a kill are going up so much because I know exactly what it's gonna look like, the timings, it's awesome. Cool. You're single scoping and you're farming. You're double scoping and it kind of looks like you're having to flick so hard.
That's exactly the problem. Yeah.
It just looks really uncomfortable.
Where they're not even, they don't need to be flicks, right?
Mm-hmm. It looks really uncomfortable when you're double scoping, and then like when I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, like that looks great. That looks completely normal, good. Hitting nice shots.
Yeah, this is interesting because I definitely didn't used to double scope that much either. When I was like, you know, at the start of this team, when I picked up the AWP as my main role and I was feeling good, I didn't do that shit.
Yeah, it might just be like that uncomfortableness. Okay. This though, I'm glad we saw this right before the end of the demo. Dude, this is so bad for you. Think about it. What do you have here? You have the op, right?
I want them to peek me.
Yeah, you don't want to block them. And in one too, like this is just bad because they're not forcing us to like use this util. They're not showing us like, hey, we're in here, like, you know what I mean? We I don't know if it was you or your teammate. We wasted a molly and just like it's just, I call it fake pressure. Like we're feeling so much fake pressure right now for no reason. But yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, just stay scoped up there. Even if you have to rotate, like it's fine. You know, it's fine. They didn't do anything to show us that this is even a threat.
Yeah, just keep the smoke.
Yeah, and especially if we're gonna scope on it, like I said, like we're kind of just handicapping ourselves at that point. Oh yeah, we're doing too much.
Yeah, fake pressure.
Which is crazy because we throw all that like in case somebody's there, right? And then your reaction. Oh, I guess maybe we had numbers. We had numbers, so I guess it's fine. We kind of understand that. Yeah, never mind. We understand like the last guys are mid. Maybe. We're still going back.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think I knew for sure it was one.
Okay,
but I
gotcha.
had a little bit of doubt on the call.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like pressure too, just watching. Like I'm starting to feel a little more stressed.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in this round I got a bit indecisive as well. You can see me sort of turn around a bit and then come back, and
yeah,
now we're retaking with 2 AWPs.
Yep, which is brutal. I don't mind you for prodding around and going for it. Yeah, I don't mind. Even though our eco, I guess our eco is not the best, but I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have gone for it too. 2v2, then 1v2, and I'm right there. I probably would have gone for it.
Yeah.
Cool. The other team has an auto shotty. What is going on?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think there might be a bit of an XM meta at my elo at the moment because I keep seeing it, man.
T side is crazy. Like on CT side, I'd be like, okay, like yeah, like, but T side is insane. Yeah, and you just see the problem. Like, like other than the early smoke, which is cool, that's fine. And even I mean, okay, honestly, the nade's cool too. Nade's fine, but you're just not optimizing the flashes, and it's not just you. It's the entire team. We're just throwing flashes to throw them, right? Even if someone was here, even if someone like, sure, they're getting full blind, but we're never like biting with the flash. There's never like anything going on behind it. If you guys wanted to improve, it'd be like Regal sitting pillar. And again, we're just strategically playing this really wrong, all of us. Like we should never be smoking this. It should be up here. And then if they push us back, then we should smoke it. But it's like Regal's playing pillar here. This isn't smoked. He's sitting there, maybe jiggling, or maybe just off of the timing. He's like, yo, flash for me, Lyric. You throw this, it comes in front of him, peeks with it. Boom. The flash, and then we had the peek, right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't think either teams really took main this game, right?
Right. Yeah. And just like strategically, if we could fix this, and maybe that's something you could relay, get them maybe, or just keep it in the back of your mind for your own individual performance. It's just like strategically, yeah, we want to block them off here. We don't want to block them off here. That's a huge difference right there.
Yeah, we've got it now, but it's a little bit late.
Yeah. Right. We got it now, but we had it the whole time, and we just like use so much util for no reason. And even here again, like this setup is just, it's just really not optimal, because like sure, us on B, we're able to trade and do things. Honestly, I would prefer them to actually be pushing somewhere with 3 people, maybe flashing out B main. But again, we're smoking ourselves off every round, or maybe that's their smoke. Nah, it looks like one's ours and one's theirs maybe.
Looks blue. Yeah.
Anyways, Regal's on an island, you're on an island. If 3 guys contact you, you're dead. If 3 guys contact him, site's lost. Like we're just not like connected, and then when we are connected, we're not doing anything. We're just all in the same positions. He's gonna rotate. Let's do it. Maybe we rotate and it goes good here. We catch a bad timing there. Yeah, bad timing.
We all started walking at the same time, I think. There, I saw nothing, thought, right,
yeah,
off I go.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
after seeing nothing that the only way they could catch me is running.
Yeah.
But they were just so close.
Yeah, again, it's because it's like that E-box. Remember when you caught that guy off an E-box? That's almost like the exact same scenario where it's like you think that you cleared mid, but you didn't clear this close wall right here. So like, of course, that was an awful timing. Like that was so bad. But like we can obviously see in the demo, it's like purely because of the decisions we're making. It's like
it was a weird setup. Yeah.
A similar example is like on Mirage. So like the CTs, they'll flash peek and clear mid. They think they are, and you know, maybe they'll even clear a chair on Mirage mid, but they're like, oh, we don't feel like running all the way up and clearing boxes, right? Well, is mid really technically clear then? Someone could be sitting boxes and just chilling there waiting, like not killing you, not doing anything, just like trying to get you to leave. You know, same thing if we don't clear underpass in Mirage mid. So these type of things are huge for us to think, like, is it actually 100% clean? Also, did you know you could play up here?
I think I saw something about, it might have been you, jumping from window to there.
Yes, I love coming over here and doing this. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I think it was you. Yeah, it was one of your coaching sessions, but I've never actually used it yet.
Okay, let me show you the molly. After I do that, let's get something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what you're gonna do is essentially just like line yourself up on this doorway, like over here, and then there's gonna be that little dot. You're gonna run forward and just release. You're gonna figure out how far you need to run. I don't think it matters too much. You just need to aim that direction and just let go and jump through. It's so useful, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Also, I'll help my teammates out sometimes and throw like a smoke over here for them. It doesn't matter how it lands. You can just wing it. It'll help your teammates scaling out B main. Even if there is a little gap, like whatever, at least it's better than nothing. And then I always tell people this, but I haven't figured out like the best way to throw this yet, but you should be able to smoke off temple. Yeah, there you go. And then also, maybe you've seen this in video, I always flash for myself up here. Boom.
I've not seen that one.
Yep.
Does that not get your teammates in main?
So if they're out, of course, yeah. Well, actually, no. Wait. Actually, no. Yeah, no, actually. If they're out, yeah, it's gonna get them. But no.
I see. Yeah.
I usually throw it for myself when I get. So like, say I'm doing your play, I get this kill here. Oh, dude, get the opening. But they know I'm here, right? Like I can't catch these guys off because they're gonna be ready now. But I know they're not like close to me because of course we don't want to pull out util if someone could be like right here, obviously. But I know they're like rotating from temple. I'll throw that and peek with it, and it just completely blinds them. So good.
I like that.
Yeah, and just remember, whenever we're throwing util, by the way, like say you're coming out here, like I said, that round, I wish we had a util, wish we had smoke or whatever. We're always coming out first, and we're sitting out here. We pull out our smoke, throw it, go back, and then peek. Right? Like we're never just like coming out here and like tossing it and doing our thing, which I didn't see to be a huge problem with you, to be honest. I just want to make sure we reiterate that.
I made that mistake too many times already, I think.
Gotcha, sweet. So that's a big thing to focus on and improve with. But yeah, I think we need to focus on the macro for a team. No more smoking here. It's like we're always like battling for this A main control. And again, both teams, like you said, you point out, like nobody's like peeking through here doing this. Nobody. It's got to be done. Especially like a pick you can go for with the op is posting here early A main and your teammates with you. And if you don't see any kills and it's like, oh dude, your teammate's like, there's 3 mid, and one guy's like, I think there's a B lurk. Well, dude, that's like a green light in your guys' head to, you have the rifler push out here and then you start walking behind him and trying to play Overwatch with them. You know, just looking over his shoulder.
I think occasionally I do push main, and at my elo I get so much value out of it as well. Like occasionally I'm getting held or whatever, but so often if they start making noise on B or whatever and I just have a look, there's always some guy sitting on stairs or some shit and he's not looking.
100%. Yeah, 100%, man. So valuable. Do you have any questions? I guess I never asked you that after we finished our demo.
I don't know. I mean, I wanted to ask you about coaching.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm a student, so I'm kind of on a budget, but equally, if we do this like once every 6 months, it's gonna be valuable, but it's not gonna be as valuable as something somewhat regular. What do you think? Like, how regular do you think it should be to get the absolute best kind of value out of it?
So it's a great question. It was actually something I'm planning on doing too. Is I think one, you find so much value from doing different maps, because like like you're gonna learn stuff on Anubis where I can teach you this and show you that, and then Nuke and whatever. Like I think one, it's very valuable for map. So without even like the time frame, just bouncing between that, I think like solid thing could be like once a week. If that's too often, like for time, money, whatever it is, maybe once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. It's honestly whatever, I guess in general, like whatever the player I'm working with, the pace they want to go at. I do think like doing it too often, like there's some people that want to do like every day or every 2 days, and I'm like, you're not allowing yourself enough time to soak things in, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because like ideally, like I work with you today, and then maybe you take a week or 2 weeks to work on it, and like seriously like sit there and like improve those aspects of your game, because it's not going to happen overnight. And often what usually happens is we're thinking about so many ways to improve and get better that we actually play worse, because we're like overthinking a lot of things, right? Because we're like, oh dude, that's bad, and this is bad, right? And this is bad. So a lot of times like you're actually going to get worse like the day or two after, before it really starts to hit home like how to actually implement these things. So I mean, if it was me, like I'd say like once every week or 2 weeks is probably the best.
Okay, yeah.
In my opinion, yeah. Long answer.
2 weeks. 2 weeks is probably what's affordable. I mean, if I paid like in advance for like a package of sessions, would you offer like any slight discount on that, or? Yeah.
So okay. If we could commit, I guess we've already done Anubis. Maybe we commit, and it doesn't always have to be a new map. I'm just putting this out there. Commit to say 6 more sessions in the future. I charge 40. Let me pull up my calculator. Instead of $39.99, we could drop it down to maybe $29.99 per map. So like $10 discount maybe adds up to some decent
Oh,
amount.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make a real difference. Maybe every 2 weeks, but
Okay.
on like a package, so something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. We 100% can. And also just keep in mind too, like when I do these sessions with you, please like sit there. If you ever have a question like tomorrow, you know, a week from now, send me a message, man. I'm here for you. Send me a message. Like, I really want to see you get better. I want to see you improve. It means a lot to me. So don't ever be afraid to reach out to me, man.
I really appreciate that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I need to pay you. So
Yes.
what's the best way to sort that? PayPal, maybe?
Yeah. Usually for EU guys, PayPal will be the best. So, let me link you my email. And then I'm gonna link you some resources. You've probably seen a lot of them, right? Like you're level 9, you're getting close to level 10. It's just gonna be a lot of like different YouTube channels and then some tools for training, that kind of stuff. Just a little thing. Let me link you this.
I use refrag quite regularly.
Awesome.
I think it's a
Awesome.
really good warm up and stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. When I was grinding and trying to compete, playing in all the tournaments and stuff, I was in refrag every single day. It's the most valuable aim training and warm up tool out there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Between that and Kovacs, my aim feels a lot better than it used to.
Yes, sir. It's so good. Like, definitely can't neglect that if you're trying to compete.
Right, should I pay you for 6 now then? And this will be number 1 out of 6.
You can, but honestly, like I really do trust you. So I honestly, whatever works for you. If you would rather just pay up front now and do that, 100% you can. If you want to pay one at a time, no worries at all. Like, totally up to you.
I mean, I trust me too, but I also don't want you to be kind of, you know, giving me a discount on a package that's like not paid for yet.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, we can do all up front then. That's fine. Thank you so
let's
much.
do that. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you, you know, rearranging this as well on short notice.
Oh, of course, man. Yep, of course.
Yeah, I had a sort of last minute emergency stuff, and so right. So what is it? $29.99 over 6 sessions. So 179.94. So 180. Is that cool with you? Yeah,
that's cool. And make sure you put goods and services, because also if you don't have PayPal balance, it will take 0 fees out of you. I think that's how it works. So
okay,
yeah,
great.
do that. And if there's any fees, I take it, which is fine.
Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Right, goods and services. I've tagged it with my username.
Okay, sweet. Sounds good.
Exchange rate. PayPal will do that for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I've sent that. So as soon as you get a notification, let me know.
All right, I got it. Received.
Great. Thank you so much, man. This was really, I mean, even just like the double scoping, it seems simple, but I never would have thought.
It's the thing with these, and I really do love coaching, because like this is the stuff that people tell me. It's so unbelievably simple, but for us to see our own game and to like sit there and do it's just hard for us to recognize that stuff. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to learn, to commit to being a better player. So it's all you, man. Like this is a good investment into yourself.
Oh, it feels like it. This was it does feel like I've got value out of this, you know. It doesn't feel feels like really well spent time and money. So
it makes me very happy to hear that, man. Yeah, dude, thank you. Appreciate it. I like, for me coaching too, like I want to work with you, right? I'm never gonna be the guy that sits there and like freaking yells at you or does this. Like dude, truly, like I want you to be the best player and for you to improve. And yeah, like if you're not having fun playing the game, then you know what are you doing? Even as a competitor, doing all these things, like, right? It should just be like because you enjoy it.
For sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you say that like PNX has a bit of a divisive style, right?
Yeah,
guys
that's
kind
true.
of opposing ends of the spectrum there.
Yeah, it's true. I try to be positive because at the end of the day we have enough negativity, and I get it. Like there is some value, and like and some people, to be 100% transparent with you, do need that like wake up call, because they don't see that these things are issues. Like, you know, if I were to tell you like, oh bro, like your double scoping's not really like helping you in some of these situations, and you're like, well, I think it is, right? Then it's like, ah, shit, like, you know, I kind of got to be real with you and give you the bad news. But like, if you're a normal person, if you can sit there and have a discussion with me, there's zero need for that.
I mean, I know I'm making mistakes. I just don't know what they
Right.
are, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I really do appreciate you taking the time to be here and to be super just like open to everything. And remember, by the way, at the end of the day, like everything I say, take it with a pinch of salt, right? Like everything I say, use it to your advantage, but find what works for you. Find where you are comfortable, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's you know, it's all very situational as well, right?
100%. Yep. 100%, man. This game can be played in a million, I mean, infinite different ways. Like honestly, so never, like even if someone you think is higher elo than you, or like in quotes better than you, never let somebody like ruin like necessarily how you want to play. Okay, take everything as advice. Like, you know, be open to learning, but always just remember that this game can be played in so many different ways.
Fantastic, dude. Well, I think I better let you get your stream going, right?
I got one more session, so I gotta do that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
In 2 weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, we can set up we can message and see what time will work best, and maybe we'll get on like some sort of regular schedule. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. Cool. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. You have a great rest of your night. Okay.
You too, man. Have a good day.
All right. Appreciate it. See ya.
All right. See ya.